campus, how university police respond, and where it took place.
The governor of Arkansas travels up to Bentonville.
This absolutely and fundamentally changes the strength of Arkansas's economy.
How a local Fortune 500 company helps fuel Arkansas's economy.
A new housing will be available for the homeless community in Fayetteville. How one organization is making a difference. UATV starts now.
Welcome to this Tuesday night edition of UATV. I'm Joshua Droll.
And I'm Maddie Phipps. Thanks for joining us. University police investigate an alleged rape and aggravated assault on campus. According to a police report, the incident took place late Friday night. The report lists Duncan Avenue Apartments as the location of the crime. UAPD says investigation remains ongoing at this time.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders made her way to Bentonville this morning. Sanders kickstarted Walmart's U.S. open call for U.S. manufacturing, a 10-year, $350 billion commitment toward strengthening U.S. manufacturing includes the open call event. Sanders says Walmart's presence in Bentonville benefits the rest of the state.
Well, it's a huge anchor for our entire state. Without the economic engine that we have here in Northwest Arkansas, the rest of our state suffers.
Sanders wrapped up her visit to Bentonville with a constituent meet and greet at the Hickory Inn.
The university received an award from a government agency. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently granted the U of A $500,000 to support Native American students. The grant will fund the Life from Land initiative, meant to recruit and retain Native students. Project leader Marty Matlock says this will give students equal opportunity.
To the higher education opportunities that his peers had. Part of it's poverty, part of it's culture, part of it's a combination of the two associated with our disenfranchisement from government programs.
The university also opted to match USDA's grant, bringing the total to $1 million.
The city of Fayetteville found an outlet to spend the remaining federal pandemic relief money. Seven Hills Homeless Center will receive over $1 million to combat homelessness. UATV's Drew Chamberlain is live with the story.
Last week, Fayetteville City Council unanimously voted to give the remainder of the COVID relief money to Seven Hills. Over $1.6 million will be given to Seven Hills to provide new overnight programs, initiatives, and other options for the homeless community here in Fayetteville. Seven Hills Day Center is a nonprofit organization that provides food, medicine, hygiene products, and more to the home insecure community in Fayetteville. But now with the grant from the city, Seven Hills will now convert to an overnight center providing over 60 beds that can be utilized at any point.
But homelessness has all kinds of shapes and sizes and ages. And so they're coming to us in that survival mode, and we're seeing them at the day center, helping them with case management, things like that. So what will happen now is we will be converting one of our properties into immediate shelter.
Sisson says that with the homeless population growing, it's time for their organization to grow as well. New programs will be created with the money, like Family Promise, which provides money to churches to provide shelter and supplies to the homeless community members in Fayetteville. Now, it's estimated that the grant will provide over 350 people with emergency housing over the next 2 years and over 100 people with permanent housing. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Drew Chamberlain.
The National Alliance to End Homelessness says on average, more than 300 people are homeless on any given night in the Fayetteville region. Plans to construct overnight shelters will begin immediately. In spirit of Halloween around the corner, one American novelist comes to Fayetteville. Where and when locals can hear from the notable author next.
Two University of Arkansas students have come together to help the incarcerated population of Northwest Arkansas. How you can help, coming up next on UATV.
Women leaving prisons need your help re-entering society. Thanks to 2 inspired University of Arkansas students, there's now a way you can. UATV's Grant Smithson joins us live with the story.
I'm here at the Northwest Arkansas Community Correction Center, which is where your efforts to help the incarcerated can be found. With just over 4,000 women released per year from Arkansas state prisons, many friends and family of these women are affected just as much. This has led a university student to turn his story into a drive for good.
I have a family member who was in incarceration for a long time. It took them about 10 years post-incarceration to go ahead and get their life back on track, to get a stable job, to get stable income, and to also finally get stable modes of transportation as well. The idea of that taking over a decade post-incarceration and punishment, to me, is something that I feel is a type of punishment that should not continue after you get out.
The Northwest Arkansas Community Correction Center is a therapy-based program focused on the rehabilitation of women who suffer from addiction abuse. Towards the end of a patient's journey, the center focuses on integration back into society, in which some materials they are in dire need.
Additional items like clothes and fictional books, we rely on volunteers or donations for those. The clothes are used for when they leave to assist them with job interviewing.
Arkansas students Haley Caldwell and Regan Stanley are calling for your help to get these women the materials they need. This help might just benefit the next ex-incarcerated success story.
Well, we have actually 3 of our volunteers that comes in with church groups in AA. They are formerly in our program here. All University of Arkansas students, make sure you don't miss out on your chance to make the next success story happen. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Grant Smithson.
The drive continues into mid-November. However, closing date is subject to change.
Fayetteville offers tricks and treats to residents this fall. Tomorrow, the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks hosts a Halloween costume parade, and the U of A will celebrate with a fall festival at the Union Mall. You can also head over to the Union Theater for the annual showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
A renowned author heads to Fayetteville this spooky season. R.L. Stein, author of Goosebumps, will stop at the public library this Thursday. Stein will sign books, speak about his successful career, and interact with fans of all ages. Locals can purchase book copies at the event, and the first 650 attendees will get in for free. Today marks National Food Day. This day stresses the importance of healthy eating, harping on eating real.
For some, eating real can mean dialing it back on sugary foods and drinks, or placing an emphasis on affordable and sustainable produced food. Celebrating this national holiday can mean trying a new food or using your fresh-grown herbs in your cooking.
Now, Josh, what is your favorite meal? What would you eat to celebrate National Food Day?
National Food Day, personally, I'm always a big meat eater, so I like a good steak, maybe a good burger. I'm really leaning into cooking this sophomore year. So.
Wow. Okay, I guess I'll throw something out there for some of the vegetarians. There is a tofu dish that I really like. My roommate and I cook it. But that is all the time we have for this UATV News Brief. Be sure to follow us on social media, UATV News. I'm Maddie Phipps.
And I'm Joshua Droll. Have a good night.